Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Mixing with Musicians, where we share simple but effective mixing tips for musicians and producers making music at home. Today we're looking at mono bass, and the reason we're looking at this is because stereo bass can really cause some massive issues in your tracks, and I see this often when I get stems from people to mix, or when I'm listening to demos. That guys send me, is that a lot of their virtual instruments and loops that they use have stereo bass information, and this can be really dangerous because it creates a lot of mud. It phases out, the bass phases itself out and creates a lot of mud, or ends up with very thin sounding mixes or very muddy sounding mixes, depending on which way it goes. Which just isn't great for a mix. We want our mixes to be punchy. We want them to be really effective and really tight in the low end. So there's a very simple way to fix this. So I've got this alternating bass line. I'm going to play it for you guys quickly, just so you can hear what we're working with. And I want you guys to listen to the amount of stereo information in this bass, what is supposedly a bass loop. Okay, so just something super basic from Apple Loops, comes with Logic. So there's a very simple way to fix this. In any DAW, you'll have a utility plugin like this. It's just a gain plugin, and it's got a mono button. So I'll play this and I'll switch the mono button on and off, and you will then be able to hear what happens to the signal. So as you can hear, as soon as I turn that on, the whole signal immediately collapses to mono, and this is great because it'll mean that you're like 100% safe and secure, that all your bass information has just been summed right up the middle, and there's going to be absolutely no phase issues with it. But as you can hear, there's a whole bunch of information in this line which is higher than the low end frequencies that can cause a problem, that will also then be turned into mono, which might not be very desirable. So there is an advanced way, and we looked at this plugin last week, the Brainworks Stereo Maker, and there's an advanced tool on here which will really help. If you can get this plugin, or if you can send your tracks to me and I can use this tool, it can really help kind of get the best of both worlds. But before I do that, on that point, I just want to remind you guys that I do mixing, studio mixing. So if you need your tracks mixed, if you need your tracks mastered, please feel free to contact me. All my information is in my bio, and you can get all the pricing and stuff from me if you DM me there. Then I also do recording at a professional studio. You can record your vocals there, you can record your band there, you can record corporate voiceover stuff. Again, pricing and everything is just a DM or an email away. Then we also do private production lessons, so stuff like this. If you want to up your production chops, if you want to empower yourself through learning about production, how to get better at making demos, how to get better at mixing your own music, I also offer lessons there, and again, pricing is all available. And then I do a podcast every Thursday where I catch up with local musicians and the work that they're doing, the tracks and the EPs that they're releasing, and that goes out every Thursday. It's on Apple Music. You can listen to it, and if you follow the page, all the information and the latest guests on the podcast will be featured there. So let's quickly look at this this signal again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up this multimeter just in case it's hard for you guys to hear. So this will show the correlation between the left and the right stereo field, and I'm going to use this mono frequency knob here, which is down at 20 hertz at the moment. And pretty much what this is going to do is I'm leaving the stereo, so I'm not making it any more stereo or anything. I'm literally just using this, and what's going to happen is as I pull this up, every frequency below 250 hertz, as shown here, it's going to go mono, but everything above is going to stay stereo. So you win by avoiding the low end phasing issues, but you don't lose out by losing all the high end information. So let's play the track, and I'll tweak this parameter. So as you can see with it on, over here on the right hand side, the left hand side, the stereo signal becomes a lot more mono, but not completely mono like I did with the gain plugin. So let me play it again, and I'll turn it on and off. So though it might be difficult to hear, this will make a massive difference in your mixes with the low, and it'll allow the mix to translate much better onto multiple systems, so it doesn't just sound good in your room or on your headphones. It'll sound good in the club, it'll sound good in your car, and on multiple other systems.